This call is being recorded.
Michael! Michael! Michael?
You hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Shit. Give me
Well,
a sec here.
now I can't. Can you hear me now?
What?
Okay, well, I mean, you heard something.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. Hold on,
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's because I unplugged my headphones.
Uh-oh.
Give me 1 sec.
Yep. Oh, God.
My phone was muted. My microphone was muted.
Wow, you're something else, buddy.
Forgot that was even an option. Off to a great start here.
So to what do I owe this pleasure this evening?
Just wanted to talk to you. Just wanted to touch base.
Yeah?
Yeah. Walking home from work.
I should not have chosen Swedish fish as a snack.
Swedish fish are so fucking good. They're my favorite gummy item.
Well,
Do we
mine
consider
too, but,
Swedish fish a gummy?
I mean, no. I think it's more of a chewy than a gummy.
Yeah, more like a jelly kind of thing. More in the same family as like a jelly bean.
Oh my God, now we're going to piss off the Swedish fish people.
I love Swedish fish, though.
Oh,
I'm on record
me too.
as loving Swedish fish.
Me too, but they're not gummy. They're more fruit snacks than anything.
Yeah. They don't taste like any fruit that I've ever tasted, if we're being honest. Almost like an artificial cherry, I suppose.
Yeah, I got the flavor mixed ones.
Oh, the multicolors?
Yeah.
Exotic.
I wanted something different.
So I was gonna try and get Riley in on this tonight. He's got a date with his girlfriend, but I was gonna try and get Riley in on this tonight because he came to me just the other day with the most absolutely wild theory.
All right, well, a lot of Riley's theories have been pretty crazy, so I want to hear this one.
Okay. Are you familiar with the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
To an extent, yes.
You know how they say that, so like, the generally agreed upon situation is that using this power that Darth Plagueis possessed, Palpatine created Anakin. That's why he was like an immaculate conception, because he was conceived by the Force, created from midichlorians.
Yes, that is how the story goes.
So the line in the story that Palpatine is telling Anakin at the opera is that Darth Plagueis the Wise possessed the power to create life. Not just a life in general.
Yes.
So the child is 50 years old.
Yes.
Which puts his creation right around Star Wars Episode 2, Episode 1 area. Was he like Plan B?
Do you think... Because remember, in Episode 1, was it Episode 1? No, it was Episode 2. Yoda had the vision of Anakin killing the youngling.
Yes. Or was that the beginning of Episode 3?
Well, even then, that still coincides with
roughly,
approximate creation of said child.
Yes.
So, are you trying to suggest that Yoda may have created a life?
No. I'm trying to
using the dark side of the Force?
Somebody using the dark side of the Force. And this is Riley's theory. I'm not trying to suggest anything. It's just a really cool theory.
It is it's a great theory. I don't want to poo-poo all over his ideas, but if we're going to openly discuss this, I can right away notice holes in that plot. I mean, obviously the child itself is not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is Plan B.
Yeah.
But then. Then the whole story arc of episodes 7 through 9 doesn't mean anything.
Did it to begin with. But here's the deal, is that they're trying to restructure the Star Wars universe in general. So, that's kind of in keeping with what Disney is up to right now, you know?
I guess. No, that is a very feasible thing.
So this
it's still
this new episode. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. It still seems a little thin to me, but it is out there, and I'm sure that the more I begin to dig into it, the more I begin to reason it with myself, the more and more likely it will become.
Yeah. We'll get Riley on the next episode to discuss this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would raise counterpoints for points that I would make, and then we would have counterpoints for his points. So, yeah.
Yeah. We'll bring him on for a nerd dump or something.
Okay. So here's this, then.
Yes.
We don't see terribly much of Jar Jar Binks after the beginning of episode 2.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
So, could, in keeping with the theory that Jar Jar Binks is the Sith Lord, do you think maybe he took Plagueis' work, being able to be, obviously being a Dark Force user, quote unquote? I don't like those words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could he have created his own life to try and mold that way?
Perhaps.
So, yes.
We also don't know what Jar Jar was up to post-episode 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Mandalorian takes place, what? You said 8 years after...
I think 5 years after Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to wind into, the New Order stuff. Ooh,
yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about... The fourth
episode that makes me upset that I didn't give any
season.
kind of warning. I mean, it's a very mild plot point.
Yeah, well, it's something that everybody sees coming anyway, if you've watched any of The Mandalorian. The fact that the Empire, that is just the most awful sound. It's just a terrible sound that's being made right now.
I'm sorry. I have chips as well.
I got a backpack full of Chick-fil-A chips right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we were to really think about it, yes, that works. But it still doesn't explain exactly where the child came from. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's more the point to this, I guess, now.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, there's the deal. If the Empire, like, they knew where to find him, like, because he had been, it's like, how did those guys at the beginning have him? Where did they find him? Where did he fucking come from? If he didn't come from his home world, where the fuck did he come from? Because nobody knows where that is. And, like, so at the end of the most recent episode, you see them talking about how they installed a tracker on Mando's ship, on the Razor Crest. I don't think they're trying to track him just in general. I think they're not going to, like, ambush him at his next stop. They're not going to find him somewhere in the middle. They're trying to track him to the end of his mission. They're trying to find the rest of them.
Well, yeah, that would be the grand scheme of things.
So that they can then use their blood and their life force to create whatever this is they're creating. Which I feel
it looked like,
if this is just
it looked
Snoke,
like Snoke to me, but
if this is just Snoke, then that's such a disappointment. Like, I feel like we're gonna get some, like, new enemy out of this.
Well, I would certainly hope so.
We're on the same page, though, that Palpatine wasn't cloned. He just survived.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, you can tell that by
given
the age,
shape
the
of him,
to
he's
his
still,
body.
Yeah. So this isn't Palpatine they're making.
A survivor, yes.
And what I said in our text message the other day, in the extended universe, there's a clone of Luke. So maybe they're going to bring some extended universe stuff.
That was part of the Empire?
Yeah, no, he was like an evil clone of Luke. I think he was called the Clone Prince or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
And who's this volunteer? When they're talking about the genetic material, they talk about a volunteer. There's the child, which is where they're getting, like, the Force blood, the Force-sensitive blood, and a volunteer.
Could that be Ahsoka?
Maybe. If we don't see her in the next episode, I'm going to keep watching, but I'm going to be real annoyed. I figure, like, if she doesn't show up early, she's going to show up right at the end of the next episode.
The kid I work with said the same exact thing. If I don't fucking see her next week, I'm going to be pissed. And I was like, yeah,
right?
No,
We're halfway through already. We're halfway through this season already.
And
we have caught one tiny glimpse of Boba Fett. And we've only caught
a glimpse. I was just going to say, a glimpse of Boba Fett and nobody else.
Yep.
Except for that female Mandalorian there. I'm actually going to
Bo-Katan.
start not Rebels. I'm going to start the Clone Wars tonight.
Clone Wars, yeah. I watched there's a 20-minute video that just breaks down all the most important things about the Mandalorian from the animated shows.
Yeah, but I feel like as a well-rounded Star Wars fan, I should watch them.
Yeah. Like, they're supposed to be good.
Because it does tell the main story.
With Clone Wars and, to a lesser extent, with Rebels, once they got further into the series and realized who their actual viewer base was, it stopped being such a show for children. Like, they put more effort into, like, telling these stories.
So what you're telling me is I have to get through, like, the first couple of seasons?
Yeah, like the first season or two. Kids stuff.
Right.
But it's the showrunner on the animated stuff, except for Resistance, the most recent series. The showrunner on Clone Wars and Rebels, Dave Filoni, he's like Jon Favreau's partner for Mandalorian.
Okay.
So any characters he's bringing in from the animated shows like Bo-Katan and Ahsoka Tano, he is like familiar with completely.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty good episode, this last episode. Solid season.
I liked
really.
it.
Even like that one filler episode that everybody was complaining about. It was still a fun episode.
Did you see T-shirt guy?
I did.
I love when people point shit like that out.
Yeah. This episode was directed
like
by
the
Carl
Starbucks
Weathers.
cup. Oh, okay.
Carl Weathers is Grease Karga.
Oh. I don't know.
He was also in Predator. Grease Karga, the black guy.
What black guy?
On Navarro, the black guy in the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Make him do the magic hand thing. But yeah, this show is so much better than it ever had. It's better than it needed to be. Just like episode 7.
I was gonna say, you were about to say that this is better than it has any right to be.
Better than it ever needed to be.
Same, yeah. Episode 7, without a doubt, was way better than it needed to be.
8 and 9, perfectly enjoyable. I love them both. But like,
same.
Compared to episode 7, compared to the original trilogy.
Well, I have to admit, there's only ever been one really good movie out of every trilogy.
Yeah.
And that would have been, what, episode 3, episode 5, and episode 7.
Yeah.
Coincidentally...
the last, the middle, and the first.
Yeah. I'm just saying... I mean, we all know that... all right. I wanted to text you as soon as I saw this. I saw a video. It was on the TikToks. I know everyone thinks that the TikToks are the dumb stuffs, and I enjoy them very much. Anyway, it said the ultimate Star Wars ranking, and they were wrong right off the rip.
Okay.
And everyone says, "Oh, well, was it Return or was it Jedi or was it Empire?" It was neither of them.
Oh.
Like, he listed A New Hope as the best Star Wars movie, and I was like, you're fucking wrong. I didn't even watch the rest of the video and commented immediately, sir, I respectfully disagree with you.
A New Hope is my favorite Star Wars movie, but Empire is the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, no, Empire is the best and is my favorite. I mean, the only thing Rogue One. All right, we can go back to Rogue One because Rogue One was such a fucking masterpiece.
Rogue One was amazing, and it's like you put that one off to the side. It's not fair to compare anything else to Rogue One.
My favorite part of Rogue One, obviously, was Darth Vader being a royal badass.
Oh yeah.
And there needed to be more of that.
I'm hoping they're going to do more miniseries, but I'm hoping they do more movies that we can bring Darth Vader into it. Like, there's been so much material in, like, the comic books and the novels about Darth Vader that we could do, like, a trilogy about Darth Vader.
There should be Vader movies.
Mm-hmm.
Either movies or a TV series. I'm sorry. You're going to give it to the greatest Jedi to ever live, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, Vader needs the big screen, man. Vader needs the big screen.
Yeah.
I'd say movies for Vader.
Movies for Vader, fine. Obviously, I will always back that because Darth Vader is the greatest villain of all time. However, I do think you could do justice with miniseries. Like, obviously, it would have to be multiple seasons, but I think you could do the justice with it.
Yeah.
Instead of, 2 or 3 2-hour movies, Why not 3 or 4 seasons of a TV show?
True. It's just like you look at people got exhausted by Star Wars. That's why like so many movies got canceled. That's why we're on like a Star Wars break right now for the next couple of years. I just hope the same thing doesn't happen with like Disney Plus. I hope they can keep up the quality that Mandalorian has because they're doing so fucking much on Disney Plus. We're getting just shit we know about. We're getting Obi-Wan Kenobi is next.
Yep.
We're getting a Cassian Andor series, which I'm excited for. Don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
We're getting a Boba Fett miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing a Bad Batch series. Bad Batch is like the clones that like refused to follow orders, like they were programmed wrong and they had free will.
Nice.
Just like these mercenary clones. They're doing, rumor is a live-action sequel to Rebels. And there's another series that is in production, like deep in production, that they haven't even talked about. That is supposed to be like a martial arts epic in the Star Wars universe.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is going to follow like the Grey Jedi.
Or not Jedi at all. Because there's a lot of material to cover without any Jedi. Yeah. I hadn't even thought of that. That would be really cool. The Knights of Jeddah?
Yeah.
The Guardians of Jeddah, whatever monks. They're called.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
So
There's a lot of cool things that they could do.
Yeah, no, there's endless possibilities. They've got thousands of years in this universe to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So breaking off from Star Wars, I made a single note today.
Okay.
In preparation. I meant to make more, but I made one single note. Do you remember the Hitman games?
Yeah.
So the new ones, they've done 2 new ones. The team that made those Hitman games are doing James Bond.
Ooh.
What I think is cool about that is the new Hitman games, they're not open world, but they're like sandbox. So you've got you've got multiple like large areas to explore. And I think considering that James Bond travels all over the world, that's like they're the perfect team. And that's the perfect style to tackle James Bond.
I agree.
It's being described as like an origin story, which I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. I'll definitely play it.
The origin of James Bond? Didn't James Bond just exist?
Well, like, we got an origin story with Casino Royale. It starts before he's a 00 agent. He gets his license to kill, and now he's James Bond 007. So I don't see the point of doing a James Bond origin story.
But the other thing that I have to say about James Bond,
yes,
as much as I love the character and so on and so forth, do you think, now here's a weird theory, do you think that James Bond is one man or multiple men?
I hate this fucking theory. So the fan theory that James Bond is a code name makes sense, obviously, given that we've had, 7 James Bonds and 3 M's, and James Bond's the only one who's ever recast. So obviously it makes perfect sense. It's a rock solid theory. I just really hate the idea of it. Just personally, really hate the idea of it.
What, that James Bond is not just is one man and only one man?
That's how I prefer to look at James Bond, is that he's just this guy. And we've known him forever.
But like
that theory, the theory that James Bond is a code name makes perfect sense. Like I've read multiple people's take on this theory, and they all make sense. And it makes sense. I just don't like it.
Fine, I accept your idea, but it's stupid.
It just feels wrong to me. Speaking of James Bond being just a code name, the latest name being thrown around for James Bond, John Boyega.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be really
now,
good.
It could be, yeah. I don't know that I haven't seen him in enough. Like, I've only seen him in Star Wars, so I don't know what kind of actor he really is. I know he's done more, and people really love him. I guess I've got to, explore John Boyega a little more before I make up my mind about how I feel about that.
John Boyega is an American actor, correct?
No, he's British.
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
He's so incredibly British. That's like the one rule. You have to be British or Irish or Scottish or Australian.
Did we have an Australian James Bond?
George Lazenby.
That's right, thank you.
He was the second James Bond after and before Sean Connery. He only ever did it once.
Hmm.
But I'll tell you, Henry Cavill
a moment of silence
wants
for the
it
greatest
so
James
bad.
Bond ever.
Yeah. Henry Cavill wants it so bad.
Henry Cavill would be an incredible James
He would be
Bond.
amazing. Henry Cavill would be an amazing anything, really.
It's true.
But James Bond, the whole reason he got into acting, the reason he's been doing action movies and shit his whole career is because he wants to be James Bond. It's his life's goal, and he deserves it because he's so good.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, his Geralt of Rivia alone qualifies him to be James Bond.
Other really great names on the list: Ewan McGregor would be a great James Bond.
He will
dye his hair black. But Ewan McGregor and Henry Cavill, they would be like the 1960s style James Bond. Not modern, more of a old school kind of spy. And people have been talking about Tom Hiddleston as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I don't know if I quite see him as a James Bond, though.
I could see him doing that suave. Yeah, maybe not James Bond. I could see him as a James Bond villain in a heartbeat.
Oh, without a doubt.
Maybe like a rogue agent.
Mm-hmm. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I also really like John Boyega, though.
Yeah. No, he would be good. And years ago when they were throwing around, what's his name, Idris Elba, he would have been good, too.
Well,
the only issue with somebody like Idris Elba or Ewan McGregor is that they're getting older. And you need to start James Bond off in his early 30s. The actor who plays James Bond can get older as they do their movies, but that's why they only do 4 or 5 movies tops.
Unless they're the great Sean Connery.
Oh, he did 6, and then another one in the 80s.
I was going to say, I thought he did 7.
Yeah, he did one that's not part of the official franchise. It's actually Never Say Never Again. It was a remake of Thunderball.
Yeah. I know there's 27 James Bond movies now?
I think this upcoming one will be the 27th, yes.
Okay.
I've got almost all of them on Blu-ray.
Nice.
Except for I don't have Spectre. Or, no, I don't have Skyfall or Spectre. I have up through Quantum of Solace.
Okay.
And I don't have Never Say Never. Which they're trying to remake again with Pierce Brosnan.
Why?
Because the dude, Thunderball was based on a book, but it wasn't based on one of the books from the original creator. So the guy who wrote the book now owns the rights to that story. So he can do what he wants with it. That's why he made Never Say Never Again. And now he wants to do it again. With Pierce Brosnan.
Never say never thrice. I feel like that's the only way to get a third in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't much care for not Quantum of Solace, but Skyfall or Spectre.
Really? Quantum of Solace is, in my opinion, is the weak one. Skyfall is one of my favorite James Bond movies.
Nah, maybe I gotta watch them again then.
Spectre you could take or leave, but Christoph Waltz was amazing.
True.
This new one looks cool. It might be going straight to Netflix. Unless
Why?
Unless the world gets a whole lot healthier real quick. It might be coming straight to Netflix.
Which we know it won't.
Yeah, probably not. They might do... So what Warner Brothers is doing with the new Wonder Woman movie, it's coming out in theaters. But it's coming out Christmas Day. It'll have a theatrical release. But also for the first week it's out, at no additional charge, it's available on HBO Max.
No shit.
Yeah. And have you seen Wonder Woman? Did you see the first one?
I don't think I've seen either of them.
So the first Wonder Woman was really fucking good. It was like the best movie they've done in the DC cinematic universe so far.
Well,
it was really well made. Yeah. She's absolutely perfect for the character.
Yeah, she's like a certified badass dude.
I think she was
Israeli soldier.
Israeli Special Forces, yeah. But this new one, it's got Pedro Pascal as the main villain. You might remember him as Din Djarin, the Mandalorian.
Yup. Also as the Red Viper.
The detective in Narcos, the Red Viper. I don't remember
Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, yeah. He was in Game of Thrones. And he was in Narcos, and yeah. Kristen Wiig is playing Cheetah, the other villain.
Okay.
So it'll be cool to see her like doing something cool and new and different. But yeah, you gotta watch Wonder Woman. It was a really good movie.
What's it on right now?
I know it's on HBO. It's on HBO Max. You might be able to watch it on HBO if you've got that through Hulu.
I'm not sure what I even have through Hulu.
Well, you have HBO through something, don't you? I thought we had talked about this. But yeah, it's you rent it on Amazon. You probably rent it on Amazon for like $2 or $3. Jeez.
It's those tobacco cigarettes, man.
I'm gonna get home and smoke some tobacco cigarettes. I met a guy. I met a guy in my building who could hook me up with tobacco cigarettes. He's a nice guy. Finally.
Aren't they all, though?
Yeah.
We had thunderstorms up here today.
Oh, yeah?
End of November thunderstorms.
Nice. It has been real cold in the morning.
Excuse me, jeez.
And real cold in the evenings, and pretty warm in the middle of the day. You excited for Turkey Day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm already planning on how to sneak up on the bird and fuck it up real good.
Yeah. Slit its throat first thing in the morning. Clean it, dress it.
Fuck them.
Get it to your mom.
Me and my mom are making fudge Wednesday night.
Nice. Grandpa's fudge?
Yeah. Yep. I'm the only one that gets it right.
So she makes the best turkey. So everybody makes the best turkey. But my wife, she found Gordon Ramsay's turkey. So that has become the official Leary family turkey. And you cook it. Okay. I'm not sure about the spices or the brine or anything. But you cook it in a blanket of bacon. Just drape bacon over the entire turkey. Yeah.
Okay.
Such a good turkey. And her stuffing is amazing. I love Thanksgiving. It's like hands down my favorite holiday.
Really?
Yeah. Love Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't know. I've always loved Thanksgiving.
I have reasons to love a lot of holidays, so.
Yeah.
Fucking Thanksgiving and Christmas are my favorite, though.
Well, yeah, those are the big ones where you get all your family together, and they're the two best, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, any reason, any excuse to overeat, I'm there.
Oh, yeah. And we're just the two of us, and we make a Thanksgiving dinner like it's for a family. So we're going to be eating Thanksgiving dinner for the next, week and a half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother usually gives my mom the carcass after it's been all carved up. My mom makes soup out of that.
Make a stock, yeah. Yeah. I made chili last week.
You made chili last week?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about Crystal's mom's moose chili?
Made from moose?
Yeah.
Damn. You haven't.
My dude, when I'm telling you...
I imagine that moose is I've had venison and I've had buffalo, but I've never had moose.
Yeah, moose
But I do like those game meats. I like the flavor of the game meats.
Yeah, moose is red meat, so it's pretty fucking good. She used to make that for me once a season.
You cut out a little just then.
I said she used to make that for me anytime she got moose meat. That shit was always bomb.
Nice. Yeah, I had just the perfect amount of heat in there. You served it over Fritos scoops, and sharp cheddar on top. And then with the leftovers, I made chili mac and cheese. What is this noise? What is this noise I'm hearing?
probably the wind.
Okay.
I will close one of my windows.
I'm actually getting pretty close to home. So it's probably a good time to start wrapping this up.
Well, I mean, we got almost a full episode out of this.
Mm-hmm. I call it an episode. I'll put it up as an episode.
You can put it up as an episode. All right.
It's like at this point,
weekly.
What's the difference between all our different kinds of episodes? Like, we used to do quickies, but they always ended up being like 45 minutes. So we just make it an episode.
Yeah.
Nerd dumps will keep because we stay focused. We stay on topic.
Generally, I've always noticed that we have notes for nerd dumps.
Yes. Whenever we have
like
notes,
there are things that we want to talk about, and that's that.
Yeah. I'll make some notes for a regular episode, but we never just stick to them. We rarely get through all of them. But yeah.
Usually because we end up getting lost in the Star Wars weeds again.
Yeah.
Everything can be tied to Star Wars. I heard a great bit about I forgot what movie it was, but they compared it to Star Wars, and now I can't. Fuck! Why can't I think of it? Because now it's gonna kill me. Because it was so spot fucking on, it wasn't even funny. And it was either comparing Star Wars to a movie or that other movie to Star Wars, as in like, it was Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, no, I've 100% Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling,
like the same dude.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling didn't write didn't create a universe. She just copied one. Yeah. And I was crying laughing when this dude made all these points, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's right."
We have one more movie though.
In your face, Harry Potter fans. We were here first.
All right, brother. I'm gonna say goodbye to you.
All right, man.
It's been good talking.
You're coming up in January, right?
Yeah, we'll be there for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah, probably for about 2 weeks.
Good.
All right, brother. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
All right, man, I'll talk to you.
Tell your
mom
you
as well, sir. Give your wife a hug and a kiss for me.
I shall. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.